What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How you doing? Welcome to Ron's Opinion. Don't matter. Yep, it don't matter. How's everything going? God bless y'all. God bless y'all. God bless y'all. God bless y'all. Oh man, wonderful day, beautiful day. God is good. God is good. Yes, He is. I'm just trying to peek at what's going on, trying to get an idea of what stuff is working, whatever. Anyway, today's topic is kind of an extension of yesterday. Um, Looking at my personal account, stock wise or whatever, and give me a second. Give me a second. Anyway, sorry about that. But God bless y'all. God bless y'all. Yeah, just some of the things that I'm focusing on today, stock wise anyway. One of the ones is an ETF, which is PGX. Again, I already have stock in this company. Well, this ETF. Um, I've had it for a little while, but I'm in the red right now. So my intent is to buy more. It's a dividend stock, of course. ETF pays dividends every month. Pays out dividends every single month. Historically wise, I'm gonna say last time I collected dividends, it was about 5.5 cents a share. That was the last time they paid me out dividends on that particular stock. But PGX, and like I always tell people, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just giving y'all a little insight on what stocks I'm buying and where I'm focusing my money at. It's just whatever this thing is over here keeps beeping, it's getting on my nerves. But just basically focus on a few things that I'm buying on. The PGX is a stock code, and that's one of the ones that I'm planning on putting some money in. I'm trying to wait to see if it tapers down a little bit more, but it's like banks, and it's like Wells Fargo, Chase Morgan, JP Morgan. I'm sorry, JP Morgan and Chase, Wells Fargo, companies like that, AT&T, Bank of America. Like it's a mixed ETF. Doesn't really move as drastically from what I see most since I've had it. I mean, it's dropped quite a bit in a year. That's why I decided I was going to go that route. It's even down over the last 5 years. But, I'm one of those people that I'm very patient when I invest. Again, I look at long term. I don't look at short term. I look at long term. And right now I'm in the red a little bit, but I ain't complaining. It's not badly in the red, but it's enough for me to prompt me to want to purchase something. Still focused on UPS, but that hasn't changed. That's still one of the ones that I'm working on, trying to get in there. But if I was buying this other one, which is PFLT, is like a floating rate. It's like a floating rate stock. I've had it for quite a while too, and that's another one that pays out monthly. I have a few dollars in there, and it pays about 10 to 11 cents a share every month so far since I've had that stock. Somewhere in that ballpark. So for me, for those that are maybe interested in looking at some other ETFs or dividend stocks that I currently own, I usually try to give y'all the stuff that I own that it's in the red for me. Not encouraging anyone to buy, but let's just say At that moment, they said I had $1, I had $2, I had $5, whatever. And they said, you know what, I'm gonna put a little bit of change in there and see what happens. And they probably made out if they was in the market for buying and selling. I'm not in the market for buying and selling so much. Those are the ones that I was actually focused on. Still focused on, like I said, still focusing on UPS, still focusing on Pepsi, but that's another one I'm adding I'm not adding into the watch list, but those are the ones I'm keeping an eye on. I already have stock in all of these companies that I mentioned, but these are the ones that I'm personally in the red. When I say I'm in the red, meaning that I bought some, and the current price as it stands is cheaper than what I have, and in some cases, quite a bit cheaper. So that, let's just say somebody decide on my live or the ones that follow my channel and maybe interested in purchasing. There you go. There's an opportunity. And that's pretty much it. I'll try to get on here and try to give y'all a little bit of insight. If you're on this live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it very, very much. Probably not going to be on, who knows? I always say I'm not going to be here too long and then end up being a lot longer than I anticipated. But it's all good. But yeah, I'm just watching my account. INSW. Yeah, I have stock in that too. This is a shipping company, like over the seas and water and stuff like that. I'm in the red reasonably, pretty good in the red with that one too. Current price is about $37. My average cost is $45. This one I know pays out dividends, but they pay every 3 months. That ain't bad. Kind of took my eyes off of this for some reason. I don't know why. And everybody's saying it's a buy, but who knows? Yeah, it's kind of hard to say. Dividends all over the place now. Last time I got dividends, it was last time I got dividends, it was like 58 cents, but I don't think they pay that every 3 months. I think it varies. Yeah, it's very drastic, but that's the risk you take. Dividends aren't guaranteed all the time, but they're a good way of investing in for the long term for those companies that do pay out the dividends. York. Probably will make it a good buy right now, and that's YORW. Well, who knows? Anyway, just kind of give y'all a little bit of insight of what I'm doing, where I'm investing at. I mean, I got plenty of options that I can buy into, but I usually, when I get on my lives, I try to give out some of the ones that I see as a possible better opportunity. That way, if a person decided to jump in at the moment, they'll basically get it cheaper than what I actually paid for it when I actually originally bought it. But Pfizer is looking pretty good for me. I know in a previous video a little while back, I was saying I was buying into it. I ended up buying 15 shares of it. And it's a little bit above what I paid for it, probably about $1 plus a share more than what I actually paid for it. But I'm good with that. I'm gonna hold that long term. That's investing. That's how investing goes. It don't always go pretty. Sometimes it go great, sometimes it don't. But the day the stock market is my account is on the upswing today. Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. That's the other one I knew was something I forgot, and I should have wrote it down, but I didn't. Kellogg's cereal. KLG. Yeah, I bought more of it the other day, but I'm probably going to, if it stays down long enough and money permits, I'm probably going to go that route too. I'm gonna probably end up putting more money there too. But it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. I mean, like I said, I got plenty of places I can live with, but I forgot all about Kellogg cereal, so that's another one I got stock in that's in the red. But I'm gonna probably eventually move some more money in there. Right now, Ford's looking pretty good for me. General Motors looking pretty good for me. Um, Microchip technology, which I bought a while back, that's looking pretty good for me. So, like I said, with investing, you just never know. Sometimes things are going to go look good. Sometimes they're going to look bad. You just never know. If you're on this live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it very much. Just trying to see what else. Target's going in the upswing right now. That was one I was mentioning I was focused on. So if somebody would have, let's say somebody would have bought it yesterday when we was talking about Target. If they didn't have any and they decided to put something in there, and it'd be up a little bit right now. It's at 96 and it was at 93 yesterday. I think a little less than that. But that's how the stock market works. It goes up, it goes down. You just never know what it's going to do from day to day. There's so many things that can happen that can spook the market. It takes one. The Feds can come out say something. I haven't been following a lot of stuff like that I normally follow because my days have just been consumed, and so it takes your mind off a lot of the stuff like that. But just got in here and decided, I'm spending a little bit of time on here on this live, talk about some of the stuff that I'm going to invest in, where I'm going to put some money at, and see how that goes. So far, so good, though. Like I said, I got a lot of stuff that I'm in the red, but then I got a lot of stuff that I'm in the green. Overall, everything looks good. No, not everything. Some stuff you wish you stayed away from, but you never know. It might recover. So I'm not even gonna get mad at the fact that it's like Stellantis. I'm down, not by drastically a lot of money, but I am down. But yeah, so when I'm talking, I'm not looking at the stock market as a whole. I'm only looking at what money I have in companies that I have, and that is my stock market. That's how I look at it. I don't look at it, oh well, stock market's up, stock market down. I don't care. I'm looking at the things that are based on where I have my money at and what I have invested in. That's my focus. So when I'm talking to people, I'm not looking at the actual stock market. I'm in my Robinhood account looking at stuff that I have invested in and where it's rather it's up and where it's down. I usually leave my account on total return, and that tells me what I'm in the green with and what I'm in the red with. And it takes out all of the red tape that I don't need to know at the moment. I don't care about the stock prices. I go back and look at my average once I purchase it. What I care about is rather I'm making money or not. If I'm not, rather I'm down or up. But the ones that I'm down when it's going to determine rather I'm going to invest more money there or not. If it's in the green, I'm going to leave it alone unless it goes back into the red. And that's just how I play the game. Doesn't mean it's the perfect way to do it. Because some people will buy stuff even if they're in the green. I just don't do it. And that's why I go heavy in the red and I shut down on the green. But I've gotten some that I've done that don't look so good. I got some that looks relatively good. Like, just to give y'all an idea of what's bad. Like, if I was, and a lot of times people don't want to be honest about when they make bad decisions. And I don't consider them bad decisions. I just consider them to be, it's in the red. That's it. That means it's cheaper than what I bought. I probably bought too much too soon. I don't know. But sometimes it's like that. I can look at UPS and say one of them because I'm percentage-wise. Let's go to UPS because I've been talking about it anyway. What's up, Johnny B? How you doing? God bless you. Welcome in, man. And if you want this live, please hit the like button. Won't work or not. That's funny. That is. Well, let's just take UPS for a minute. And percentage-wise, I'm down 21% in UPS based on the money that I have and where the stock price is currently sitting at. So being down 21% is a lot. I mean, yeah, it's a pretty good amount, but like I said, it doesn't bother me. It's just an indication that, okay, it's cheaper than what I bought it at. Do I think UPS is a bad investment? Nope. I think it's a great investment. It doesn't take into account that I've collected a reasonably good amount of dividends. And if I look at the dividends that I've collected from UPS, based on the amount that it looks like I'm down right now, I'm probably more likely just breaking even, which is cool. Just got to keep holding. But if you're on this live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Thank you. That was hilarious. That was hilarious. But outside of that, here's another one that I'm down pretty good. And this one is actually it's PSK, and I've had this for quite a while. I'm down. Like I said, people aren't always honest about when they go into investing, where they maybe move too fast or why it's down. I don't get into that. Like, you're going to have some good ones, you're going to have some bad ones. You got to stick to it. But this particular PSK, they pay dividends every month too, right? And give me a second. I want to see. About 18 cents a share is the last time I collected dividends from it. And I'm down. Percentage-wise, where you at? Where you at? Oh, I guess it ain't too bad percentage-wise, but it's like I'm down 9%, almost 9%. It's like 8 point something, but I'm down almost 9% based off the investment money that I have invested in it. And that's kind of how you gotta look at it. You gotta look at it in the sense of, but like I said, PSK I've had for a while, down 9%. That's another one that I probably would invest in money in, but I got some other ones that I'm a little more focused on. So I'm gonna pull back from that, but that one pays 18 cents a share every single month. Well, it's no, like I said, their dividends aren't guaranteed, but I've been collecting about 18 cents a month. That can go down, that could go up. Who knows? Like I said, that's why I stick to my dividend investing, and that's my direction. But for those that usually be on my lives and those that follow my channel, my regulars and stuff, those just to give y'all a little bit of insight of what I'm doing there. I'm gonna try to do this at least once or twice a week. For them that are on my lives on a regular basis, hopefully they catch it, they go back, watch the video, see what I was talking about, see what I was saying, and they might get some insight, get some opportunity, maybe hear about something they decide to invest in it, and hopefully if they do, hopefully they make some, it looks good, they build in their account, they build in their portfolio, and they make out pretty good. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. But it's I know sometimes people on my line, they're waiting for the two-way conversation, the gun conversation, and I do gun content, and I do Second Amendment stuff, and yeah, I talk politics. I talk, there's no secret who I voted for, which is Trump, and I'm, I'm not getting into politics on this live. It's more so about investing, but you have to pay attention to what's going on politically wise to kind of help steer your investment strategy too. So you can't just say, "Oh, I don't want to pay attention to politics," and then wonder why things are going and you missed the boat. United States have a playbook, and when you learn how to master this playbook and get good at it, and you actually pay attention to take advantage of the opportunity, you can do all right. Does it mean you're gonna be rich? I don't know. Like I don't talk to people about investing as if you're gonna get rich tomorrow or something like that. I don't even talk about getting rich at all. The way I do it and why I do it the way I do it is based on the income. I am literally investing for an income. That's it. If I ended up making a ton of money off of something that I had money into and it happens, it's great. I'm not rich. I'm not close to rich. Um, that's why I call what I do broke man investing because when I was broke when I started, and I'm not broke right now, but a good a bad sneeze could change. You can put me right back there. So, it's not like people think you got when you start talking about stocks and investment. The first thing that runs to their head is, oh, you got money and you got no. It's not. No, I'm still working and I'm still building and I'm still working on my portfolio, my stock portfolio, my investment portfolio. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Robinhood for me, and I know this is not a plug for Robinhood, but Robinhood's been good for me. I mean, I use more than Robinhood, but that's just my way of, you know, Robinhood is where I kind of started at when it came to investing, and then I didn't want to leave all my money in one place, so I started using a couple of other platforms to spread about because I believe in diversification to the extreme. Some people may not agree with that, but I believe in investing to the diversifying my portfolio to the extreme. Some people say, oh, that's not, you don't need to. Maybe you just have 15, 20 different. That's your choice. You can invest the way you invest. I invest the way I invest. And that's the way it is. I never knock nobody for what they do. I don't see nothing wrong with other people's strategy. I don't get into it. I don't try to tell them they shouldn't do this, they shouldn't do that. When I listen and talk to people, I try to get an idea of what they do and why they do it because they might show me something that I wasn't paying attention to, and I might learn something. Doesn't mean I have to pick up their strategy. It just gives me an opportunity to look and have some insight on what somebody else is doing other than myself. I never think that the way I invest is the best and only way. I don't even talk that way. I just say this is how I do it. Give people an insight of what I'm doing. I don't tell people what they should and should not buy. Somebody asks me, I'll tell you, I'll give you, my perspective, but I don't encourage people to invest in this, invest in that. I just talk about it, and you can take it for what it's worth. And I'm not saying I got all of the answers. That if you listen and follow my way, you're gonna make a ton of money. You're gonna get this. Now, I'm not here to sell you anything. Really, I'm not. I'm not trying to sell you an opportunity to make money on the stock market. And I'm not going to sit there and tell you you're going to get rich on the stock market. I ain't telling you none of that because, to be honest with you, the people that tell you that 9 times out of 10 they bullcrapping. It's not. It ain't that simple and it ain't that easy. But you can make it. You can build a decent lifestyle. Without on your own if you're consistent, and you can do all right. You can. Now, have people gotten rich off the stock market? Yes, they have. Have people made strong, good, and great investments? Yes, they have. But everything, just about most of the stuff that they're doing is a shot in the dark, no matter what way you look at it. Because you got to rely on more than just, I'm gonna invest in this company. It's a great idea. But a great idea with bad workers, a great idea with bad employees, bad management, bad people running it, can take a great idea and turn it into a hot mess. So there's a lot more moving parts than just, that's a great idea. It might work. I can come up and I can invent the next new car. And it might be the greatest looking thing you ever seen. But if it breaks down every 2 miles and I can't figure it out and I didn't put my heart and soul into it to make sure I gave and produce extremely good, unmatched quality product, my investors are going to suffer if they invested in my company. So there's a lot more moving and working parts with that. That's why when I hear people talk all this, all this, and I'm not knocking nobody, you sell what you sell. But it doesn't, from my experience, I don't believe in chasing a dream. I believe you create one. You can chase it as far as the stock market. I'm not talking about your personal dreams and stuff. I'm talking about chasing the stock market, the next hot stock, and all that other stuff. I don't even get into all of that. To me, a lot of times it's just I don't think that's necessary. I think if you watch what's going on with the stock market, invest slowly, don't rush yourself, teach yourself, train yourself, get as much insight as you can, slow walk the process. You'll figure out your rhythm and you'll just go with it. That's just my take on it. You know what I mean? But if you're on this live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it very much. Like I said, I'm probably not going to be here too long today. I just want to get on here and for those that are my regulars who probably, if they're not on here today, they'll probably come back later and watch and see what stocks I was talking about, with dividend stocks that I was investing in. That's it. You know, that is it in a nutshell. I'm not I'm sorry. Try to figure something out. All right, yeah, I'm not in yeah, I'm looking at I'm looking at these stocks and I'm like, it's so much stuff I could be saying right now, but I just I don't want to get into it right now. There's so much I could be saying right now. Just even with my account being up, there's all the opportunities in there. And it's like, whew. But I'm thankful for the stuff that for the process that I was in, and I'm so glad that I stuck to this. And there were moments, man, it didn't look so good. And I'm thankful that I was able to stomach some of the stuff that some people would probably would be like, nah, I'm done. I'm gonna jump out, and I'm not doing that no more. That's not for me. And I always encourage people, man. That's why I say go slow. Take your time with this. This is not something you want to rush into. And once you find your rhythm, you'll know when you need to go hard, and you'll know when you need to slow it up, and you'll find your rhythm, and it'll be it becomes second nature to you. But that's what it's become to me. When I first started, I made some bad choices, made some bad decisions, some bad investment decisions, and some good, some bad. But I'm not mad at none of it. But overall, I've done okay. That's the only thing I can say. I've lost money in certain stocks or investments, but overall, I've never lost no money in the stock market. I'm in the green overall in every last one of my accounts. But I can't but there is some investments that I had took money and put into, and then do I have any regrets? Nope. Actually, it was kind of fun watching yourself go to zero because I'm okay with it. Once I put it there, I was okay with it. And I said I'm gonna ride it till it died, and it died. And I ended up losing whatever it is I had in there. Now some of them, I can tell you one of them, I'm in the red with, and I still hold on to it a little bit. I once in a while I'll put $1 there. I don't even know why I still got it, but and that's that Mullen, MULN. I don't know why I still have it, but I don't put a lot of money there. I just put chump change there, and I thought this company would be done and over with by now, and for some reason it's still floating around, just lingering in the cut. And I thought they'll be out of business after this. And I mean, I watched them grow, and then I watched a lot of the financials just go bad for them. But they still somehow or another hanging on. I don't know why, but they are. But okay. But yeah, that was one. I took a hit. Man, did I take a hit? Thank God for my dividend stocks, and thank God for the other investments that I had. Because if I had all my money there, I'd be mad right now. I'd be extremely pissed because that was by far the worst investment I ever made. Like, by far. I don't think I made an investment in any other company. They don't pay dividends. It's a startup company, and that's the risk you take when you get into startup companies. It can go real bad, just like it can go good, but it can go real bad. And with that one, it did. It went real bad. But it is what it is. I was low, but it is what it is. But I think the big mistake with them was why I invested into that company was the car that they were supposed to be making, and Mullen, I think it was Mullen 5, and I thought that car was going to be, it was by far better than what Teslas look like, and I really thought that they were going to be, I ain't gonna say the next Tesla, but just I wouldn't buy electric cars, but I thought they had a nice product, and I thought it was a real opportunity. And they went left field. They haven't even produced a car yet. They went to this commercial stuff, and I was just like, why would? I mean, I understand that, but I didn't agree with it. But it is what it is. I'm not running the country. I'm just a small investor. But I just wish they would have stuck to the car. I mean, they could have went to commercial and did both, but I really think they should have produced that car faster and got it on the market. And I think that stock would have had a better, it would have had a better reflection on the company. Because when you try to do something and you start focusing on just commercial, you can get big dollars because they order maybe a bunch of trucks and vans and stuff for their fleet. But but the consistent sell a car, that in between stuff they could have been in, and I think that this would have went a lot better if they would have just got that car marked out on the market. But they didn't. They're still talking about it, but they didn't, and I just think that was a bad choice on their part. That's just my opinion, but it is what it is. But with that said, I'm going to get up out of here. I just wanted to come in here for a little bit of time, spend some time in here, talk a little bit, stocks, whatever case may be. Give my regulars a little insight on what I'm doing. But I might be back a little later on today. Who knows? I mean, I know there's a lot of stuff going on politically wise. I always try to wait to see how things play out sometimes before I respond to certain things. And yes, I know what's going on with Trump, Elon, and all that other stuff. I heard it. I didn't get all the details. I know. At this point, I didn't feel like making a statement or talk about what my thoughts on it and stuff like that. But I left that off until I get more. Once I get enough information to settle my head, then I might talk about it. Otherwise, I'm not going to talk about it. I mean, I know a lot of these people that are on YouTube, they jump all over the story just for the quickness, just for clickbaits and likes and subscribe, and I get all of that. We all here somewhat trying to do the same thing, but some subjects I step back and I wait and I watch long enough just so I can get a better insight. And sometimes it's not even necessary for me to comment on it at all. I mean, I've had people come in and say, what's going on with this, what's going on with that. I'll back off the story because I'm not too sure myself, or I just don't feel it's necessary to take a stance on it until I get more information personally, until I get more satisfaction of what information I have. So certain stories, when I hear them out there, and I'm not here to be telling you about all the news and all the other stuff. Yes, I do pay attention, and I know what's going on. Some stuff I do have a take on, some stuff I don't. But sometimes I'll just fall back and let things play out. But one thing I can say is this: is that and take it for what it's worth, is that the political rabbit hole. Whenever people really start, when you just pull yourself out of political rabbit hole, and you first pull yourself out, not the hole, but just pull yourself out of the Republican side, the Democratic side, the independent side, all that, and then you just start digging in it with an open mindset. Just go dig with an open mindset. You're gonna find out that rabbit hole has no bottom. It doesn't. You just go at some point. You just gonna say, "I've seen enough." That's it. That's where you're gonna go. You just gonna be like, you know what? I saw enough. I can't take it no more. And you're going to have at some point, like with me, sometimes I have to pull myself out of it because you don't want to believe that humanity is that corrupt, even though you see it, and you see it at an extreme level. You see it, but you don't want to believe that humanity is that corrupt, but they are. A lot of these politicians are so corrupt that ain't funny. I go hard on the Democrat. Anybody who follow my channel, yes, they know I go hard on them. But that doesn't exclude Republicans and independents or any type of policies. It doesn't exclude them. It's just that my reason for Democrats, because that's where I voted at. Majority of my votes went there, but it's more so because I see what happens to the communities that they run, and I'm not okay with that part. And I feel like they have taken too far advantage of the people that they're voters and they don't care about them. But I'm not gonna get into that. That's another day, another time. Maybe later on the day I come in with the smoke. But y'all have a blessed, wonderful day, and I'm out of here. Oh, let me stop right there before I get myself in trouble. Outside of anything that I say or do, if you don't have a relationship with God, that is by far more important. Anything I talk about, anything I say, that's more important. That means more than anything I could possibly say. I did not want to get off this live without stressing that point, that the relationship with God matters more than anything. And with that said, I'm out of here. Y'all have a blessed, wonderful day. Please hit that like button, subscribe button. Appreciate it very, very much. And I'm out of here. Peace.